I'm Angela Martin and welcome to 1190 Koah Road in Koah. Now we're going to explore two potential options, trains of thought if you like, for this particular property. And the first one is private lifestyle. Two very cute pole homes. We've got one here and we've got one over here on about 1.8 acres, plus about 300 metres of absolute river frontage. Amazing. And then the second option is more of an idea, and that is combining that with some business, some business ideas. So we'll go and have an explore and we'll combine these as we go through. Let's go in and have a look. You're going to fall in love with this property. Welcome to the treehouse. I love giving things names or properties names because it really does help visualize, if you like, how gorgeous something feels, and this feels like a treehouse. Now, when we came up the stairs, you would have seen the river. It is literally about 300 meters long and it's about 100 meters wide, thereabouts, and it is just it's right here. It is just sitting on your deck and you are looking at the river. But before I get too carried away, let's do a little bit of orientation. This is treehouse number one. Brilliant little mezzanine up here that you can sit and just enjoy being in amongst the trees and amongst the birds, and again looking at that river. I will keep going on about the river because it is magical. And then on the inside we have got, again, beautifully organic, beautifully wooden, high cathedral ceilings, and we've got a mezzanine bedroom upstairs, beautiful little living area and organic wooden kitchen. And then round back we have got the master with an ensuite and a walk-in robe. So let's go have a little bit of an explore and then we'll go across the walkway and we'll look at pole home number two. I just love all the wooden elements in, as you would expect, a timber pole home. But this used to be a living, eating, breathing tree, and it just feels so in context with the rest of this house. So we've got beautiful wooden bench tops here, beautiful wooden bench tops here, and of course we've got wooden floor and wooden cupboards. It really does feel like you are living in amongst the trees, but there's enough natural light and enough ventilation and enough breeze so that you don't actually feel hemmed in. And of course behind us we have got sparkly views out to the river and the rainforest. So let's go through here. We've got the master with toilet and ensuite, and then round the corner there's actually a walk-in robe, so it's like your own little oasis. Love these lights, love these lights. They're like sparkly little crystals. Now, love these poles. We talked about trees living and eating and breathing. Of course, you know what I mean. They are just glorious beyond belief. Now, this would be turpentine. So they're as rare as hen's teeth. You just don't find houses that are built with turpentine poles any longer. And the cladding and the rest of the house is cypress. So termite resistant, and the current owners have been here for such a long time. They have made sure that the house has been beautifully looked after and maintained. So just glorious. We'll look at the view again as we go out, but before we do, let's have a quick look up at that mezzanine area. Art studio, office, kids rumpus, whatever you want it to be, but it is magical. Go and have a look. Come on up. We are really seriously in the most amazing little tree house, and we are going to have another one look at the river view before we go over to the other pole home. Another beautiful pole. Now, again, just a little idea. We've got this mezzanine level here that goes straight through into, or it can go straight through into that mezzanine bedroom or studio. So you could take these windows out and you could put another little walkway across, just adding to that extra flexibility of the lifestyle. We've already got the walkway, rainforest walkway, to the second pole home, and that is where we're going next. I actually feel like we should be at the river by now, but we're going to take just 1 minute, maybe 2 minutes, just to have a look at the other options for the pole homes. So we spoke at the beginning about business options. Gorgeous little pole home, number one. Number two, the one that we're just about to have a look at, is, oh, isn't that gorgeous? It's actually like 2 self-contained apartments. So you've got mirror images of each other, 1 bedroom, kitchenette and living area upstairs. And then downstairs on the pole home, you've got exactly the same. And it leads out onto beautiful big bit of green grass, open next to the orchard. We've got about 70 or 80 finger limes. And it just, as I said, it just opens up. So that could be a potential for Airbnb, or again, extended family. Isn't that glorious? So we've seen that we've got a nice, beautiful, easy walkway. We're nearly there. We walk through into, which would be level 1. And we have kitchenette, bathroom, bedroom and living area, again with magical views, and we've got the same underneath. So have a quick look here, we'll have a quick look underneath, and then we are going to head down to that river. Weren't they just brilliant little upstairs, downstairs, single bedroom, self-contained apartments that, again, just think of the business opportunities here. We've got gorgeous outdoor dining. We've got French doors that open up and just let the outside go into the inside. And of course, every property needs a big man shed. We've got, we'll look at this later, 80 or 90 finger lime trees in an orchard along with lemon trees right up and down that side there. But we are now going to the river. Let's go. This is amazing. We have got beautiful big trees, melaleucas, along this fabulous easy walkway. And we've just come from the tree house. It's got the 2 self-contained apartments, and we can actually see the main house just up through the trees here. And then of course just behind us we have the river. It is beautiful. Let's go, and will we put our foot in it? Maybe not, but let's go and have a look. This is seriously stunning, and I know that I use words like magical and stunning and gorgeous and glorious, but and feel, you have to be here to feel how just peaceful and unbelievably brilliant this is. I think I said at the beginning that's about 100 meters. It might be a little bit more, might be a little bit less, but imagine fishing, boating, kayaking, and again little business ideas too for accommodation, little extra activities that you could do here in the luxury and the privacy of your own property. It is just beautiful. We're about another couple of 100 meters in that direction as well, and there are sandbanks, and the scenery just changes from fallen trees to logs to open water to water holes to sandbanks. I'm going to stop going on about it because you have to see it for yourself. It's magical. If anybody's actually tried finger limes, these are the trees here, the little prickly things, but they're amazing. Again, there's that word again, Angela, stop using the word amazing, but they are. The fruit is like little citrus champagne bubble balls that just go off in your mouth, and they're very, very difficult to grow. So if you do grow them, there's a lot of people would want them, and you can read into that what you will. But again, another little business idea, and there's about 70 or 80 of them. So talking about ideas with a twist, I'm going to meet you about 20 meters from here, and I'm going to share a little secret. How is this for a unique idea? I'd like for you to Google Savannah Lander. It's one of Australia's great historic train journeys, and it comes from Cairns out to the outback, and this is a disused railway line except for the Savannah Lander, which is 2 passes per week, one on a Wednesday and one on a Saturday. So again, as a little romantic draw card for a 1960s 2-carriage sparkly bullet train looking romantic feel of a railway carriage, you could have people here, again, maybe Airbnb. You could put a little railway carriage there as extra accommodation. Of course, all subject to council approval, but the ideas are limitless. And of course, we have got the river just there. It really is a brilliant, brilliant proposition. And who else has got this in the backyard? I really hope you've enjoyed this tour of 1190 Koah Road in Koah, and you hopefully are getting a sense of, before I do a recap and talk about resort feel, this really does, it's a little thing, it's a plant, but it does add to resort feel. Hanging begonias, and look at that, orchids on the trees. Anyway, back to what matters. This is brilliant. It's a rainforest walkway, and I mentioned about resort, it really is like a resort. So we're going to do a little bit of a recap. like I said at the beginning. So we've got 2 pole homes, 2 very cute 2-bedroom pole homes on about 1.8 acres. And the most amazing part of this property, well, apart from rainforest feel and pole homes, is the, just as I'm looking at here, I know you can't see it because of the light, but we have got that brilliant river frontage that you could fish, put in a kayak, put in a boat, you could go for a swim, and it is literally just, you know, not even 100 meters from your doorstep, and you're in amongst this. Palm trees, rainforest trees, melaleucas, it's just to die for. And we talked about a little bit of business opportunity. We've got the main house here, 2 separate apartments on this side. So your Airbnb, your rental, it really is limited by, and I know I keep using these words, but it is limited by your imagination. And oh my goodness, for a differentiator, the Savannah Lander. Great historic romantic rail journey in Australia from Cairns to the outback, and it passes only twice per week, once on a Wednesday and once on a Saturday. So if you had guests here, that would be such a fantastic thing for them to see. Again, part of Australia's history. So give me a call, Angela Martin, 0403 788 187. Visit the website, AngelaMartin.TV. There are so many options and flexibility potentials for this magnificent property. You're seriously going to fall in love with it.